Hello, welcome back to my crafty corner. This is Sarah. So I have another card, Christmas card that I'm going to make. I just finished these, and I'm going to go through and show you what I used to make these. I thought they turned out really cute. I love cardinals. They're my favorite. They're my favorite birds. I have to be careful though. I just added those so I don't want them to come off. But I'm going to show you what I did to make these. And I already had another video out, and I think I'm going to call it, I don't know, we'll call it a 2022 Christmas card series or something like that. So to make those, what I've used is I still have that craft card. These came from Hobby Lobby. And then I have another piece of craft card. This one's different. This is, like I said, this is just the card, pre-made card. And this is actually from Walmart. And it's a little bit of a different kind of a texture than this craft. And the green, is what I use to ink, to do the green on here. And it gives that just a different coloring to it. Because I actually used the Rustic Wilderness. But because of it being on that craft, it just gave it a different color. Okay? And then, so I haven't done that yet. I have some watercolor cardstock here, and that's what we're going to be using to make our little background design, is with that. And then I have, this is just some packaging, but it's kind of neat and round, so I started using it. I have some different branches in here, and I think for this one I'm going to use these branches. Because, let's see, I'll show you on this other card here. I have, each one has a different type of branch. Now, the branches, I'm not going to do those on camera because I already have those cut out. The bird is what, I do have some colored cardstock. I am going to cut some of the birds out just to show you that. But, and then on how I layered it together, it's just like one of those layering, I don't know what you call that. I got this one off of Amazon, this die, and I can see that my cats have been chewing on it. Yay. Oh, I can't leave anything laying out. They're worse than dogs about chewing up stuff. Anyways, and then, so these are some that I have done for the previous videos that I have. Usually whenever I know I'm going to be creating, I just go through and I just cut tons of these things out, get them all inked up, then I have them all ready to go, and I still have a bunch. So not even close to being through using these. So I just went through and grabbed some different ones. These are from the smaller ones, and I will link all of the products that I use. I will link those in the description box below. So I also used these little droplets. Is that, yeah, droplets, the metallic droplets. These are the Ideology from Tim Holtz. I have purchased these and I haven't used them yet, and I thought it looked a little plain, and so I was like, we'll add that, give it a little something extra. And then for the sentiment, I just stamped out "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" on a scrap piece of card, a little strip, and I've already done, I stamped them all at one time, and I just went with the same one because I wanted something like this, and so it's a "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," and that's just stamped there, and there we go. And then of course using some twine because I love the twine. All right, now I'm gonna put these back in here, put these to the side, and I think first what we will do is I'm going to ink up my stuff, these things here. So to ink this, I used, let me get my thing out. I think I used Speckled Egg is what I used. And that might have been all I used, except to ink around it. And this time, let's say I used Frayed Burlap to ink around. Let me move those out of the way so I can get my grubby little mat down here. Also, well, I had a thought and I lost it. that, like in the last video, the cards that I used, those trees I had stamped out, I had actually, it's things that I had stamped previously, like, and I'd had them, well, for a year. I'm pretty sure I had done those like last year. And at that time, I don't think I really liked them. And I was like, yeah, you know, but then I come back and I'm like, oh, wow, I actually like that. So I was like, start making cards with it and using it. So I think all I did with this was I just sprayed it with my water. And I don't remember if I sprayed the card. I don't know. And then I just kind of drag it through. And we just get what we get. And there's probably other colors on there, to be honest with you, because I don't think I cleaned this mat off the last time I used it. I think there's some red right there. That's okay, though. So I sprayed that, rubbed this around in here, and I'm just going to dry that really quick with my heat tool. For the dyes that I used, I used these little postage stamp dies here. Wise. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure I got this off of Amazon. If I can find one, I'll link it. You can find postage dies and all kinds of dies. So I used this, and I'm going to go ahead and pull these out while I have this open. Just have different dies in here. I'm going to tell you, this thing it's really heavy because I got a lot in here. I kind of think I want to find a different way to store them, but for right now, this, it works. So, all right. So I'm going to take my cardinal die there. Ready, or I'll try to anyways. I don't know how great it's going to be on here. So this one I cut out in, I cut this color out. I cut the postage die. Now I'm going to cut it directly out in the middle because that's how I did the other ones, and I think that will leave a nice, frame. You could use it for another card. So I'm just going to do it like that. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not really that concerned on how straight it is, really. I can square it up later, but alrighty. So I'm just going to sandwich that in and roll it through. And I know when I do that, I shake you because this table is very wobbly. And then I'll just bring it back this way so it's easier to grab out. And there's our cute little die. All right. Then there's that we can keep for a frame. I'll put that with the others. Okay, and then I'm through that one for now. And then for the cardinal. Now, I already had some red die cut, or not die cut, inked up, and I just sprayed it with my sprays, basically. And this is watercolor paper, so it's thicker. Did I cut its tail off? Yes, I tore its tail off. Oh my goodness, y'all see that? It's okay. I'm not gonna worry about that. Goodness mercy, my poor little bird. It's lost its tail. There we go. It's okay. I'm gonna attach it back. I just yanked it off a while ago. I guess I thought it was like a spare piece like that. That's okay though. We will just fix him. We will just put him back together. And I'm just gonna do the one. And for the little black piece, I'm actually just gonna keep this piece, and I think I'm just gonna paint it black. Or do I have a scrap black? I don't have a scrap black, so I'm just gonna paint it black. I think that would be just as quick and easy to do. So I'm going to move this. I think I have, oops, some black right here. Ooh. Let me put this tape up, because if my kid sees that, it will be everywhere. Alrighty, so I'm just going to paint this black, or I'm just going to, let me see here. Well, geez, I'm like, I can't hang on to anything today, apparently. And I got just a little brush here, so I'm just gonna dab it in there. All right, I'm just gonna lay that there for just a second to let that kind of dry. Clean my little thingies off, okay? And this is just liquid acrylic from Hobby Lobby, the Hobby Lobby brand, okay? And let's see, I kind of want to, now how I did this bird, I actually went in and I sprayed this part with some of the mica sprays. I think this one I'm just gonna leave kind of like it is. Without that, I'm just gonna, since I already have that ink, I'm gonna go around and make sure that the edges are red. Can fix it. I'm not gonna throw it away just because of that. Some glue and we're good. Okay, and then, so getting that out of the way, we're gonna just attach this together. Now, also something else that I did is I took, I take paint, or I don't know what I used on the tip of that mouth, I'll be on, or his beak. Oh, I think I'm gonna leave the beak for now, and I can just go back in and I'll hit it with just a little touch of gold paint. I don't actually have any gold right here on my table, so. Alrighty, so then we'll just glue this one down. It's pretty easy. It's just these couple of pieces. I just try to get ink to the edges, and then you just line it up. All right, and then his tail, you're just gonna go like that. I'm sorry I get really quiet when I when I'm gluing. It's like I can't do this and talk at the same time. And I really tore him up there, didn't I? Okay, like that. And I think that's dry enough. It dries pretty quick. And I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of glue. Oh, if I can get it out. It's a full bottle. I don't know why it takes forever. You don't want to squeeze out, and then too much wants to squeeze out. Okay, so this one I have, there's really not, I feel like a very good detail or line for this one. But it's not like, it wasn't a name brand or anything like that, so that could be why. Alrighty, and then you get his little beak, and he's really cute, right? Yeah, so, all right, so I'm gonna use this one because it's the same as the others on those cards. And from here, let me just put those out of the way. This is pretty much easy peasy. Let's see. I used, I had Frayed Burlap. Okay, something else that I did, ooh, I almost forgot, that I did to this background was I used, where did I put it? I had it right here. I did stamp a little background on it, and I just kind of did that and did that. And there we go. That's good. Like so. And let me get my scrap paper here that I've just been kind of cleaning stuff off on. And I used frayed burlap for that. And then, I stamped it this way. It's actually going to go this way on the card. Wait a minute. That is not the one I used on those. That is not the one I used. Well, actually, I used this one. But that's okay. It doesn't matter, really. I mean, it's just in the background. It's not that crucial. I mean, I guess you could use any one of them you like. So you can use whatever you like. Alrighty. So that. And then I took the frayed burlap and I went around the edges. And I should have had all my stuff over here together. Terrible. Terrible. What'd I do with it? I think that one's it. I wished I had a better storage thingy for my tools, but got the frayed burlap and I just inked around the edges of this piece. And of course, if you were gonna make, you know, like several of these, you could do, you know, like make all your birds, do all of this part, and get it all ready to go instead of just doing one piece at a time. But I wanted to show you, and I already had those together, so. And like that. And then I took just what's on my tool, which is a lot. And I just kind of went around the very tip edges of that with the ground espresso. Like that. Okie doke. And then for this card here, thought I had, okay. So for this one, I'm just gonna do, and I don't wanna have to pull that other thing back out, so I'm just gonna use this, because I'm just gonna do it this way. So I just went around and inked with Rustic Wilderness to have a mat behind the postage stamp one there. Okay. Now on one end, I'm actually going to go up a little higher because on those cards, the postage, it only goes to so far. So you're going to see this piece. And that's where we're going to put the sentiment. So I'm just going to kind of ink up to that whole area. And I'm going to go back around this just a little bit more because I want it just a little bit darker. I really love that dark green. I really like this Rustic Wilderness on here. It's a darker, it's kind of reminds me of like peeled paint and forest moss together. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like it. All right, so then we've got that done. And I'm just gonna set that to the side. Set that to the side. All right, so we've got this done, this done. And now, pretty much all we've got left to do is to just stick it down on the card. Okay. So first, I'm going to stick this one down. I'm going to make sure that this part is at the bottom. I mean, it could be at the top, just the way you put your sentiment on there. But you would want to make sure your bird is in the right direction. I went with all of mine being at the bottom, like that. So we'll go that way with it. And I just used my Fabri-Tac glue for that. And the reason I ended up doing them up this way instead of like this way is because, and which would, that still would have been cute because you still could have had your sentiment on the side there running the other way, but I liked it better this way. So that's the way I done it. Probably should have hit that with the heat tool first, but that's okay too. And then I'm just gonna, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the edge on this. I'm just going to the inside part of that because it's kind of got that stitched part in there. So I'm just gonna go to that, and I'm gonna put quite a bit because it's already kind of, you know, whoops, too much, whoa, too much. Jeez, I just want to put just a dab on the little, goodness, the little pieces here, and I got way too much. Okay, earlier I couldn't get enough to come out, and now it's like way too much. Okay, so I think that's good. Make sure I got enough on there, and it doesn't matter really which way this one goes. My other ones are not facing in the right direction either, and that's okay. Because, like I said, it's a background. It's not, I mean, if somebody nitpicks that, then, and you give them a card, and they nitpick it, then they're not very thankful. Because when somebody makes a card, it's, you know, thoughtful. Okay. Then, so we have these branches, and let's see, I used 2, so I think I'm gonna just put this one down, and then I'm gonna set the bird like here, and then maybe run this one. I might run it over. I kind of like it over, makes it look the bird's sitting in between branches or whatever, so we'll do that. So for this one, I'm going to use tacky glue and my, what I do to hold it with. Okay. And I'm not putting it on every single piece, just mainly the larger bits, you know, and like the stem piece, and maybe just right on the very tip of those, just a little bit. Not a lot though, because I want some of the limbs to kind of not be flat to the page, you know? Okay, so let's see. I want it about right there is good. Oop. Gotta let go of it though. Okay. And then for this bird, and I hope I got enough of this foam tape left. I did get me another roll. I found some at Hobby Lobby. It wasn't on sale or anything, but it still wasn't a ridiculous amount. So, and it's a pretty good size roll. It might keep me busy for a minute. Scissors. Okay, and I wanted this to have a little bit of, you know, height to it. So I just cut a few pieces of foam. I did run some glue down its tail. Come on. Okay. And we're just gonna sit it right like that. Okay, and then we'll take this one and we'll put it on the top. Doing the same thing with it, just gonna add it to those main. Oh, if I can get my glue to come out. It doesn't want to come out, and then when it does come out, it's like huge gobs. Oh, it's frustrating. But when it comes to this, I kind of like the tacky glue better because the Fabri-Tac, when you're doing really small stuff like this, it strings and it just gets all over the place, and I don't like that either. So I need to invest in, like, I've never tried the art glitter glue, which I think it's one of those things you can't order at a certain time of the year, like I guess right now because of the cold or whatever. Or I've heard that. I don't know. Maybe I should try that glue. Okay, that's good enough. I just don't want glue oozing out everywhere. And I'm going to kind of, I'm not going to do this one the same angle. I'm going to kind of angle it down a little. Like that. Okay. And then all I did was I took my twine and I just cut some pieces, and I probably did cut them too long. I always do. But for my fingers, I gotta have that much room to fix it, I guess. Oh, me. And I just tied, I did two pieces so I could do a double bow. And I just kind of fix that and then just kind of trim them off like so, and then we're gonna place that there. And now for this one, all I did was I put it on just the little knot here on the back. Like that. And then on just the tip of one of each of the loops on each side. Just enough to hold it down, and I think I'm gonna go about right here. Just hold that for a second to make sure that it, you know, stays tacky. All right, and then for our sentiment, now all I did was, like I said, I stamped this on a piece of scrap card, and I used, let's see, I used the stamp set for that. I used We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Dashing Through the Snow, or maybe even Walking in a Winter Wonderland would have fit on there. The other ones are a little bit longer. I would have had to cut them down or something. So I just chose to go with this one because it fits just perfect. Make sure though. This one's just a little bit, I'm actually going to trim it just a hair. Just a hair. Like that. Hit that with my tool and bingo. And I've already put, I just put score tape on the back of that, or well, scrapbook.com tape. And then just leaving a bit of a border. I just put that down. And then the last little touch that I did was I put these little things on here. So I did one in each corner here. So I put one, and it does not take a lot of glue at all, like just a dab, and like that's probably too much there. Like here, I can't really see how much I got. I'm talking like just a little dab, right? A little dab will do ya. Lid. Okay. And then just kind of well without scooting it everywhere. like that. And I used gold on a couple, and then I used silver on a couple. So we have like a little bit of shine, a little bit of, you know, a little bit of metallic. We got a little bit of shine there in our little bird. And it also has kind of that rustic feel, I feel like. And I like it. I think it's pretty. I really love the bird though. It's my favorite. Or one of my favorites, I should say. I got a lot of favorites, but I can't get that one where I want it. Scooting glue everywhere. I don't want it like right on the edge, just enough, but not right on the word either. Alrighty, so like that. So there's what we've got. I think this turned out really cute. I hope you like it. If you do, let me know. Like I said, I will try to post all of the things that I used here in the description box below, if I can find them. I'll look and see. And yeah, so you have to let me know what you think. So I try not to go too long with this one, but I think I can. I'm just a slow crafter, I guess. But yeah, so let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. You can click that notification bell and you'll be notified when I upload a video. And thank you for watching.